Impacted by these heavy price spikes. Raw ingredients such as petroleum are also getting more expensive. That can affect things like this simple bucket that farmers use to pick their crop.
Those are probably the first items in the grocery store you're going to see an uptick on, are your kind of consumables that you see there, even stuff like toilet paper because the wrapping.
And just like we're all paying more to fill up our tanks, farmers are feeling the same effects with the fuel they need for their equipment.
The tank that's adjoining that pump or that piece of, to pull water is 300 gallons to 1,000 gallons. So if that tank only lasts you a week during the peak summer, right, and the price went up $2, you just started paying $1,000 more per load of fuel that you started getting in.
Which has farmers on alert for what the future will look like.
Right now we've seen the price shock. What I'm really interested in seeing is when the supply shock is going to come. If no vessels are passing through that strait, and it usually takes 30 to 60 days to reroute containers or whatever it may be. Most of the containers that were on pause are still paused.
But when the pause is over, the prices will not drop immediately.
If the war ended in May, but we paid all that fuel and all that extra fertilizer cost for those first 2 months of the growing season, by the time September comes around, the world's back to normal. They're not going to remember that, hey, well, we have to pay a little bit more for pistachios because of what happened in March and April.
You mentioned, Kim, deja vu. This is not the first time we have seen the fertilizer industry take a hit. In the 80s, conflicts between Iran and Iraq caused disruption within the Strait of Hormuz, affecting exports kind of like we're seeing today. More recently, the Russia-Ukraine war began in 2022. Fertilizer then got significantly more expensive because Russia is actually a major exporter of fertilizer. Back to you both.
All right, Madison, thank you for our accountability question tonight. We reached out to the Department of Agriculture to pose the following question. What measures are the USDA taking to help farmers cope with the high cost of fertilizer? And here is their response.
An USDA spokesperson tells us tonight, quote, the Trump administration has been working since January 20th to put American farmers first after inheriting one of the worst farm economies in decades. They also told us that President Trump is using all the tools available to ensure farmers have what they need to continue operations, emphasizing the long-term gains and how far any of them will outweigh short-term disruptions.
All right, a little bit of clouds, a little bit of wind out there, and that was not an April Fool's joke. I haven't played one on you, nor have you yet played one on me. I hope it stays that way. Madison is in for Chris Kuiper tonight with a look at how long some warm, breezy patterns will continue.
I'm going to remember the fear in your eyes there.
I know, I am. Beautiful.
10:13, guys, let's take a look at your almanac for the day. We hit about 73 degrees. That's 3 degrees above average. The record set back in 1966. We were at 90 degrees then. So 70s is where we were at today. Right now, though, cooling off about 64 degrees. Winds are calm. I want you to look at that third number, though. Humidity at 82%. It is a cloudy one and a little bit moist as we are coming off of that system that was hit yesterday where we got some rain showers. Hey, chime in some of those rain photos, will you? Kim posted an awesome rain video yesterday. I almost said my old station. KMPH.com/chime in will do it. I'd love to see your photos so I can include them the next time we check in. Otherwise, by the time you go to bed, it'll be about 60 degrees or so. You'll wake up to 55 degrees. We'll have your air quality forecast coming up.
6 candidates for California governor took the stage at Fresno State today, outlining how they plan to tackle some of the biggest issues facing the Central Valley.
Fox 26 News reporter Dania Romero goes over how they plan to tackle agricultural barriers. She also pulled each candidate aside to talk about other issues.
All 6 gubernatorial candidates who attended the forum here at Fresno State laid out their plans to support farmers and working families across the Central Valley. But I also pressed them on other major issues impacting the region, from rising insurance costs in mountain communities to what comes next for California's high-speed rail project. Katie Olson, a moderator at the gubernatorial candidate forum at Fresno State, pointed out that in the last 25 years, 25,000 farms left the Central Valley. A top question for the candidates: how they plan to tackle affordability and support those that feed us and the nation while they're having a hard time feeding themselves.
California farmers have innovated and innovated. They have stretched, they have used technology, they have done what we have asked them to do. But we have to listen back to them.
Over the last 20 years, we have increased the cost of complying with regulations for farms by 13 times. Not 13%, 13x what it took to comply just 20 years ago. As governor, the most powerful tool you have is the power of appointment.
In the last 10 years, we've gone from $160 an acre regulatory cost to $1,600. I mean, that's not sustainable.
Regulation and water access quickly became key talking points between candidates.
The farm worker overtime regulation has resulted in farm workers earning less, not more. So that's a regulation that, however well-intended it may or may not have been, does not work.
There are some communities that rely solely on groundwater, and we need to do a far better job of how we manage that groundwater. We need recycling, we need recharge, we need dams, we need underground aquifers, we need recycling.
The only way we're going to ensure a bright future for agriculture in this state is to invest in infrastructure and innovation.
Energy costs and regulations were also front and center.
We will use California natural gas to generate electricity to deliver my promise to cut your electric bills in half. We're going to get rid of this insane net zero 2045 target that is driving the cost of energy up, that is driving the cost of gas, that is stopping affordable housing being built.
We need a massive change. We need many reservoirs in this water, and they will get built immediately.
And we did live stream the entire event, which you can still watch over on our website. That's kmph.com.
Okay, so now let's hear specifically from all 6 candidates on the issues impacting people here in the San Joaquin Valley. The first topic, high insurance rates specifically impacting mountain communities.
But then the insurance companies are going to come back. They only left because they kept telling our current governor and state government that if we didn't change those policies, if they didn't make adjustments, there was going to be disasters, and they couldn't cover them.
We need to actually manage public lands to reduce risk of catastrophic fires that put lives at risk, property at risk, but have also pushed up insurance rates and effectively broken the insurance market in California.
I will freeze those insurance rates. It is unfair for families who paid for years their monthly premiums on their home insurance. We're going to have to increase the number of firefighters that we have because these fires burn longer, hotter than they used to.
And the next question asked was how they plan to tackle the housing affordability crisis.
We definitely need to be thinking about what are we going to do to make California a place where young people want to stay and where people feel like they can start their families. That's why I'm focused on free childcare for California families.
We can't have state policies and ways of doing things that take into account one area but completely discount everyone else.
And Donnie also touched upon the high-speed rail project. Here's what candidates said about that.
It's a completely failed project, and we're not going to just keep dumping more money into something that's failing just because we started it.
The next governor is going to have to accelerate the plans to finish this rail.
Our California's high-speed rail project lost its federal funding after bipartisan House vote. Instead, the money is coming from grants and private and public partnerships. Coming up a little later this hour, we will look at the latest construction happening right now on high-speed rail.
3, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
Tonight, a historic launch from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. For the first time in more than half a century, NASA planning to send humans to the moon.
Tonight's first 10 minutes at 10 has been sponsored commercial-free by your Central Valley Chevrolet dealers. Visit your Central Valley Chevrolet dealers today.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know her, your sister, your buddy, The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra, something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Get supplier discount for everyone pricing for over $8,300 in total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
For over 50 years, Jacoby & Myers has fought for people like you and recovered over $2 billion for hardworking Californians. Call Jacoby & Myers today because you deserve justice.
Speak to me, girl. Don't be scared. We're here to help. Is he talking to our air conditioner?
Yes, sir. Eddie is one of our Albritton AC whisperers. What?
Okay, folks, your coils are dirty and your system needs recalibration.
The air conditioner told you that?
Well, that and the diagnostic.
Oh.
This AC has been a brave, loyal little guy.
All you need is an AC revitalization.
I think California is at a crossroads right now. The rent is too high, healthcare is too high. I'm Assemblymember Isaac Ryan. I'm supporting Tom Steyer because he's delivered the most for California over the longest period of time, whether it's fighting for a fair criminal legal system, whether it's pushing back against attacks to the foundations of democracy, or calling for everybody to pay their fair share. Tom fought for free lunches for children in schools. He's going to fight to cut utility bills by 25%. He's going to ban corporate PAC money in politics. I want a governor who's going to fight fire with fire, and that fire is Tom Steyer.
All of a sudden, it was a bang.
Rhonda suffered a serious back injury and couldn't work.
You know, it got pretty tough. On call courtesy got better.
We take care of our clients.
They're heavy hitters, and they know how to hit heavy and hard.
Call 1-800-LAW-3080. Get the Fox 26 News app now. Instant alerts the second news breaks. Watch Fox 26 News anywhere. Download the Fox 26 News app now.
Listen, you're all stars, right? And so you understand how to turn minimal ingredients into a next level dish. The most intense season of Next Level Chef is here.
I did not come to play.
And the competition is more chaotic than ever.
That's crazy.
On Fox 26.
Fox UFL Friday with new teams and new rules. This is football reimagined.
Friday on Fox 26.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff.
All systems go. The Artemis 2 crew launched into space for the first lunar trip in more than half a century. The Space Launch System rocket roared to life at Kennedy Space Center, producing nearly 9 million pounds of thrust, carrying the crew into space aboard the Orion spacecraft. 3 Americans and 1 Canadian are flying around the moon without stopping or even orbiting. They'll splash down in the Pacific Ocean next Friday, April 10th. Kim?
Now, the crew will be back in 10 days, and while on this journey, they will go farther into space than any human ever has traveled. Let's take a look back at when the U.S. began this space exploration. And we go back to September 12th, 1962. President John F. Kennedy delivered his famous moon speech at Rice University in Houston. JFK's "We choose to go to the moon" was a bold call for human exploration of the moon, as the president was determined to win the space race with the Soviets. Now let's go to, come on, baby. Yeah. Apollo 11, 1969 in July. It took NASA just 8 years to go from putting its first astronaut in space to putting Apollo 11's Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon, beating President Kennedy's end of the decade deadline that he had set for himself. Whoopee, man! Remember that quote? Oh, those were the words of NASA astronaut Charles Conrad, the third man who stepped onto the lunar surface. This was the second mission to the moon. Now we're going to move to Apollo 14. Another quote: "When I first looked back at the Earth standing on the moon, I cried." That was Apollo 14 Commander Alan Shepard describing his vantage point. The third moon landing began on January 31st, 1971, after a failed Apollo 13 mission. Remember, Houston, we have a problem? Yeah, the problem was an oxygen tank explosion 2 days into the mission. They had to return quickly to survive, and they did survive. Now we go to Apollo 15. It included the first lunar roving vehicle. as you see here. And in 3 moonwalks, James Irwin exclaimed, God walking on the earth is more important than man walking on the moon. Now we'll go to Apollo 16, 1972. The 5th mission landed on April 16th of that year, included the significant exploration of the Dakar Highlands, a mountainous region of the near side of the moon. You like this history? I do. This is Apollo 17, 1972, the final Apollo mission to land humans on the moon. The picture taken on that mission, December 7th, 1972. You can visualize it. We aren't showing it to you, but it's known as the Blue Marble, one of the most widely seen images of the moon. By the way, astronaut Eugene Cernan said it is exactly 45 years ago, by the way, God willing, as we shall return with peace and hope for all mankind, Godspeed the crew of Apollo 17.
As if we needed any more reason to have Kim as a professor. 1026, folks, a parking spot dispute taking a turn. A doctor is being accused of slashing a car tire. We'll show you what happened and why the victim says he's taking a stand.
The Chuck Chansey Sky Camp, sponsored by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
As we head to break, there's a live look at Highway 168. Fox 26, 10 o'clock news. We'll be back in a moment.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Steady day after day work. Your body doesn't need a miracle. It needs what it's been asking for all along. Real support for the quiet, everyday fight for balance. Phytonutrition delivers that support. Real fruit and vegetable nutrition. Daily rituals, compound results. Fight the good fight. Whole food phytonutrition plus balance of nature. The Phytonutrition Company.
Grand opening celebration going on at all Christian's Mattress Express locations. Celebrating our newest location on Blackstone and Herndon. Celebrate with up to 60% off and get a free gift with every mattress purchase. Plus, for a limited time, get free delivery and free recycling. Why settle for one size fits all? Come try top brands such as Serta, Simmons Beauty Rest, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Helix, and Heirloom mattresses all under one roof. Grand opening celebration going on now at Christian's Mattress Express. Visit christiansmattress.com to find a location near you.
Christian's Mattress Express.
Everyone starts somewhere. Start here. Workforce Connection. Young Adult Services is here to help you get started on building your future. Looking for your first job? Not sure where to even begin? You're not alone. We've got you. Get paid work experience, career support, real-world job skills, and a plan that fits you. With offices in Fresno, Mendota, and Parlier, we're ready when you are. Call 1-877-954-4473 or visit workforceconnection.com to get started today.
It's the 5th annual Epic RV Show. Save thousands on hundreds of new, used, and bank repo toy haulers, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and destination trailers during this massive RV sales event. Only at Epic RV on 41 across from Valley Children's Hospital in Madera, where we'll hook you up.
Play during Chuck Chansey Gold's Tropicool $670,000 giveaway, and you could drive home a Jeep or a boat or your share of over $500,000 in cash and e-cash prizes. Play for your adventure at Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino. For 250 years, America has been built on stories that connect us all. This week, we travel to Fresno State, where students aren't just studying enology. They're producing award-winning wines while preparing for careers in a changing industry. Thursday morning on Great Day.
Catch all the Fox 26 local news, weather, and sports on YouTube. Scan this QR code and get connected. Subscribe and turn on the notifications, and you'll never miss the news in our community. Fox 26 News on YouTube. Join today.
All right, let's take a look at tomorrow's air quality. Looks like everybody is going to be in the moderate range other than Sequoia National Park. When I say everybody, I mean every single county you see listed on your screen. So if you have respiratory issues or illnesses like asthma, things like that, you know the drill. You just want to limit your time tomorrow especially. But curious to see what that wind is going to do for that air quality come tomorrow. But again, your forecast, AQI for tomorrow, moderate. Your allergy forecast is looking critical for the San Joaquin Valley. Pollen count is high in the red. What does that mean? People who typically don't have allergy issues are going to potentially have some tomorrow. So be aware of that. Take your Benadryl, your Zyrtec, whatever you need tomorrow. You have been warned. Thursday's allergy forecast is looking high for maple, ash, and elm. Kim?
What began as a parking lot dispute turned ugly fast. A doctor is now accused of crossing the line from confrontation to vandalism.
Fox 26 News reporter Myra Franco joins us live near the doctor's practice on Deering and Fir Avenues in Fresno right now with more on what happened. Myra.
Kim Madison, most of what went down was caught on camera, and it happened right here where I'm standing, and it was over this public parking space. We're told the doctor is known to claim this area, so when he pulled up and saw another car parked here, he got upset.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You want to hit me? Go ahead. Yeah, hit me. Go ahead. You're a doctor. I'll make so much money suing you. Okay. It'll be great. Sue me. So he's mad because I took his parking spot because he always parks here and he has this G-Wagon. But I got here first. So I'll make this difficult for him.
Next thing you know, security showed up.
Sorry, dude. You too, man. I get it. You're just trying to do your job. I'm just working, dude. Yeah. I'll be gone in 5 minutes if he lets me finish. You're supposed to wash in front of the office where this vehicle belongs. No, I don't have to. I can do it in any public area. Then it's double parked. Okay, let me call the police.
Lun Nguyen, who was behind the camera recording, says he continued working. He says a doctor identified as Jay Postage made threats to damage his car. And in a split second, while he wasn't paying attention, this happened.
Did you just flatten my tire? That's crazy. You want to go flatten my tire? Wow. You stabbed my tire here?
At first, Nguyen did not press charges. He just shared the video on social media and it went viral. He says he only decided to take legal action after hearing what other people had to say about the doctor's behavior.
And he would put cones around his car. Someone telling me a story like there was an electrician who parked there and he was getting yelled at.
He says this didn't appear to be the first time, so he figured it was time to do something about it.
You can't just be treating people that way because it's something what you're used to, especially if it's a public area. I definitely want to teach them a lesson, especially with more stories coming up. It's funny that every day there's something new, like, oh, he's done this, this, and this.
We called the doctor's office yesterday, no answer today. We showed up, the office was closed, but staff did come out to talk to us. And they did tell us that the doctor was unavailable to speak today. However, he did give them permission. They said to let us know that they have been receiving numerous death threats. And also their phone lines have been ringing nonstop with people calling, saying mean things. They're asking if they can please stop that from happening, as well as the staff is not involved. And they're also feeling affected, they said. Kim Madison, back to you in the studio.
Okay. With a lot of these viral stories, you'll see that these businesses on their Yelp pages, by the hundreds and thousands, people are calling these shop owners or doctors' offices because once things go viral like that, people tend to sound off.
Yeah, and then that really hurts business.
Present police say the case is being investigated as vandalism. It will be referred to the district attorney's office for review. We'll keep you updated on that as we learn more.
The Supreme Court hears arguments in a potentially landmark birthright citizenship case, and President Trump was in attendance. I'm Matt Gelka in Washington, and I'll have the story coming up.
We have everything you need to unlock your best workout for 1 cent down, so you can give everything you've got. Get stronger with free fitness training at Planet Fitness. Join for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th.
The Grammy Award-nominated Texas-born maverick Charlie Crockett, Age of the Ram Tour. Friday, May 22nd, Table Mountain Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at tmcasino.com. With special guest Alicia Blue. Don't miss Charlie Crockett live in concert.
The last time I visited my dad at the nursing home, I noticed he was losing weight. Then we found out that he'd been missing meals regularly.
Unfortunately,
Abuse in nursing homes is all too common. If your loved one was injured in a nursing home and you suspect abuse or neglect, call us right now.
The nursing home's job is to take care of our loved ones, not ignore their needs. The Law Brothers made sure the nursing home was held accountable.
If you suspect nursing home neglect or abuse, call us. We're the Law Brothers.
I think California is at a crossroads right now. The rent is too high, healthcare is too high. I'm Assemblymember Isaac Ryan. I'm supporting Tom Steyer because he's delivered the most for California over the longest period of time. Whether it's fighting for a fair criminal legal system, whether it's pushing back against attacks to the foundations of democracy, or calling for everybody to pay their fair share. Tom fought for free lunches for children in schools. He's going to fight to cut utility bills by 25%. He's going to ban corporate PAC money in politics. I want a governor who's going to fight fire with fire. And that fire is Tom Steyer.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Right now, for only $7.50, enjoy 20-piece crispy chicken McNuggets.
It's the 5th annual Epic RV Show. Save thousands on hundreds of new, used, and bank repo toy haulers, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and destination trailers during this massive RV sales event. Only at Epic RV on 41 across Valley Children's Hospital in Madera, where we'll hook you up.
We have everything you need to unlock your best workout for 1 cent down, so you can give everything you've got. Get stronger with free fitness training at Planet Fitness. Join for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Papa Murphy's.
The Supreme Court heard arguments in a case on birthright citizenship. President Trump has tried to end the practice of automatic citizenship for foreign babies born in the country.
National correspondent Matt Galko reports from Washington on the potential landmark decision.
Donald Trump was in attendance at the Supreme Court. It was the first time a sitting U.S. president sat in on oral arguments. The president and his administration argues that birthright citizenship does not apply to children of non-U.S. citizens.
It demeans the priceless and profound gift of American citizenship. It operates as a powerful pull factor for illegal immigration and rewards illegal aliens who not only violate the immigration laws, but also jump in front of those who follow the rules.
Protesters gathered outside as the decision in the case could be one of the most consequential in the country's history. Justices could decide who is an American. The president wrote on Truth Social, "We are the only country in the world stupid enough to allow birthright citizenship." At the center of the case, the 14th Amendment text, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States, and also previous congressional action and a Supreme Court case that established precedent for automatic citizenship to children born in the country. Some of the conservative justices on the court expressed skepticism that the president's executive order could end more than 100 years of precedent.
We're in a new world now, as Justice Alito pointed out to, where 8 billion people are one plane ride away from having a child who's a U.S. citizen.
Well, it's a new world. It's the same Constitution. Why should we be thinking about it? Because once you get the point, thinking about
bro.
What the food?
Bro, why can't I get that?
Thank you.